Today on the bench, I want to tie you up Margarita Booby. This fly really shines when the fish are keying on diving caddis and caddis. Make sure you have these materials ready before you tie the fly. For the hook, we'll use a Mustad R70 size 10, some 30D yellow nano silk to tie with, some 6mm pink foam for the eyes, some white marabou for the tail, some yellow straggle for the body, and some white marabou for the wing. So to start the fly off, I've put my thread on the hook, and I'm going to lay my pink foam right on top, cinch down, and then I'm just going to figure 8 to create the eyes. You could put some head cement or some super hard as nails on that after you figure 8 them, just to hold them in place, but I just like to tie the figure 8s. So now that I've got the eyes tied in, I'm just going to cut off the excess, make them about even, and we'll shape those a little later. And then I'm going to move my thread to the rear of the hook. Now I'm going to tie in the tail, and what I've done is strip the marabou feather down one side, and I've already used the other side. Yeah, so I've got a little clump of marabou, and I'm going to start about the middle of the hook, just to form a little bit of a body, and wrap it back to form the tail. And when I get back to the tail, I'm just going to take one wrap behind and then in front again. That helps it stand up a bit. And then I'm going to pull it to length, and I'm going to break it about the length of the hook. And that forms the tail. Now that we have the tail tied in, I'm taking my straggle string, and this is really nice new material. Makes really good bodies. We're going to tie it in. Again, tie it right behind the eyes. So you got a good secure to the hook. Tie it back forward, get to your eyelet, and then wrap. And take a lot of wraps. You want a nice full body on this pattern. So let that material really stand out. And as you put it in, just stroke it back to form the body. Now that we have the body tied in, I've taken a good clump of white marabou this time. I've used both sides of the quill to form the wing. I like it a little bit fluffier. And we're going to tie that right in behind the eyes just to form the wing. And then what we'll do is once it's tied in, I'm going to pull it till it's just right back to the tail and break it off. Now to finish the fly off, a lot of people will actually whip finish right back here behind the eyes. I actually like to pull it forward and whip finish right in front of the eyes, because then my eyes will slide back a little bit. So we're just going to take a couple of whip finishes right in front of the eyes, and we'll cut off our thread, and now we'll trim the eyes so that they're nice and round. Now to complete the fly, all I'm going to do is snip off the edges, and this is the edge of the foam, and just to kind of round them off so the eyeballs are somewhat rounded. So as you can see today, the fish are really keyed on Margarita Booby. If you're fishing lakes with good caddis hatches, make sure you have some Margarita Boobies in your box. To watch all our latest Sport Fishing on the Fly episodes and to order Sport Fishing on the Fly merchandise, head to www.sfotf.ca. And if you would like to book an adventure like this one shown, head to ontheflyadventures.ca and book yourself the trip of a lifetime.